seconds remaining.
Hello everyone and welcome to Game 2 of Relax vs. Goomba, the joinDOTA League Season 2, Europe Division, or Europe Region Division 1. This is a two-game series in which Goomba took a very quick 1-0 lead in that incredibly swift and decisive 15-0 rout on the back of the Troll Warlord, which has now been first banned by Relax. The hero that they neglected to ban instead is going to be Lycan, so we'll see if they decide to pick that up with the first pick. And if not, my mic is on. Alright, my mic is on. Okay, cool. Whew, I always get so worried just that my mic isn't on. But let's see when I had Mito with me. He's going to have to sit out and a little bit of something to take care of. So I am solo, and my name is Roxas. So Relax going to be thinking about this first pick. Goomba kept their bands the same, Treant Protector and the Bat Rider. In the last game, they picked up the Invoker. Relax picked up Invoker for Tame My Wild. Goomba picked up Marana and Rubik with their first two picks. So we'll see how else that goes. It was, I mean, the big thing here is they're deciding if they want to pick a Lycan or not, because obviously they prioritize that hero because they first banned it. So we'll see if they want to play against it. I mean, it is on the dire side, which is obviously a lot easier because of your access and ability to do early Roshan. And the laning presence is obviously quite good with Howl. They go for Marana instead, so they don't want to play against the Marana. They'd rather give away the Lycan. And we don't even know if Goomba's actually really going to take that. I mean, they're on the Radiant side. Maybe you don't really want to worry about it that much. And some teams don't really prioritize Lycan as much as some others. So one of the most versatile heroes in the game, picked up nice and early for Relax, doesn't reveal anything for your strategy. Doesn't really, like, she can fit in any lane, she can fit in a passive aggressive, she's good at almost all stages of the game. Kind of like how Luna used to be before a couple of nerfs, but Goomba go ahead and they pick up Darkseer Rubik once again. So they've secured two of the last part of their teams last time. They really prioritized this Rubik play, and it was pretty good play coming out from Nier in that last game. I believe it was Nier playing that. Yeah, Nier was the one playing the Rubik in the last game. He had some really good spell steals. He always made sure he had enough mana and telekinesed into a lot of good stuns. So, good play from him. Plus, don't really want the Darkseer spells to get stolen. And also, stealing any of Marana's spells are all very good, especially Moonlight Shadow, which is actually pretty hard to steal, but Leap and Arrow being the big ones. As a Arrow, an incredible stun that you can set up yourself just with telekinesis, and Leap also buffs all of your allies for their move speed and attack speed, and a very low mana cost that Rubik is always going to have because his int pool just gets pretty ridiculous later on. Lack's going to look to pick up another hero here. They could already pick up a Shadow Demon or a Bane if they would like to. I think someone with a hard stun would be pretty good if they want to go against the Darkseer, or if they want to go for any aggressive turn. They're going to go for a Wraith King. Team Liquid in particular has just run like Wraith King, Marana, +1, which has usually been Coddle, aggressive tri-lanes, almost exclusively. They did that through the TI4 qualifiers, which, spoiler alert, got them to second place. So they get to go to Seattle. But a very strong support. Basically, people go for like the Hit Me build, which they go Blade Mail, Blink, Molnir, and then they run in, try to take as much damage on their first life, and then come back, and the slow helps everyone win the fight. Invoker going to be banned out here from Relax. They don't want to face it. They don't want to take it for Tame My Wild. He's like, I'm cursed. I don't want to play that hero again. AA going to be banned. Another good combo with that lane. Annoying hero to deal with. Sand King. It kind of feels like every pick is a tier 1 pick these days. Sand King was a smart pick. Pairs well with Darkseer theoretically, even though they actually have a losing win rate together. Also, the Burrow Strike range is normally his biggest weakness, which is solved by having Rubik with a telekinesis. Plus, he's a support that can go and farm the woods, but the Centaur gets banned out, and Goomba goes ahead and picks up a very quick Chen. So now Relax are thinking maybe I have to go aggressive, but Chen, as long as he's not punished for it, he can control both lanes. He can get a lot of both the safe lane and the mid lane. He can get a lot of farm in the jungle. He offers a lot of early push. Pairs very well with a hero such as a Luna. I believe Cloud9 and Alliance were very famous for running Chen Luna a
10
lot.
seconds remaining.
Having a lot of good success with it, just getting very early towers before
5
really
seconds
anyone on the other
remaining.
team had the farm to really anti-push or deal with it. So, kind of ballsy to pick that up, but they're going to trust in Nier or Nino being the Chen player. Chen's biggest weakness, obviously, is just he has no mobility, he has no hard stuns. And, Witch Doctor being picked up, this starts feeling like level 1 Roche to me. Because you have the heal from the Witch Doctor, the Voodoo Restoration, you have the Vampiric Aura, which applies to all allies. So if Relax picks up an Ursa or a Syllabear, a Lifestealer even, they could go into the Roche Pit at level 1. Goomba doesn't have very many good ways of scouting it. Or they could just be quite aggressive. Witch Doctor also paralyzing cast, very good against heroes like Chen or Enchantress, just because they're always going to have creeps around. So you're going to get a lot of good bounces there as well. Which also stops some channeling abilities such as a Wild Wing Ripper's Tornado, which is used to push quite easily. So that's a pretty smart pick, but I'm still feeling something fishy about a level 1 Roche. So we should see a Luna picked up here for Goomba. If not, I would expect to see it picked up from Relax. I guess if they pick up a Vengeful Spirit, it's like really obvious, or Beastmaster. So they pick up a Dragon Knight. Push, 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 push. Take down towers nice and easily. Have the threat of the Darkseer and the wall counter initiation. That's really good. And Relax. If they do decide to go for a Beastmaster, by the way, it's also quite good on the Dire side with the off lane because you can use the Whirling Axes on the Ancients. Just being able to stack that with a Soul Ring is quite nice. Plus the regen from the Ring of Health helps you stay in lane a bit longer than you can usually expect.
5 seconds remaining.
But thinking about this last pick here, and I think they're really deciding, like, do we want to pick up the Luna or do we want to pick up something to help us take Roche very early? They could do some like weird thing, like pick up a farming Vengeful Spirit and get that, but they go with a Shadow Fiend. So
Radiant team ban.
Okay, so Shadow Fiend pretty vulnerable to getting roamed on, which I think Rubik and Chen offer a lot of. He's on the Dire side, so he doesn't really have the camps to be able to flash farm as easily as he does on Radiant. He lanes quite well as long as he gets a few souls up nice and early. Otherwise, a DK, if he just secures the hits with Breathe Fire, then he's just going to have the damage to out-CS you. He can out-harass you as well with the Bottle Crowing. So, the biggest advantage to getting the Shadow Fiend is that he can raise creep waves during the sieges from long distance, but I don't really think that'll be enough. Tidehunter going to be banned out. Thinking of an off-lane Tidehunter, which works really well on Dire side for the same reason that a Beastmaster does. For Relax, I don't know. Luna is just like the perfect hero for this lineup, or a one-position Lone Druid. So yeah, they're gonna ban Luna, which is a smart thing. So we'll have to see what Goomba decides to go for. Needs to complement the push. Needs to farm pretty well in lane. Needs to have some good late game as well. Got to be good at tower sieging. I think Weaver has potential. I think that. I'm feeling Weaver here. It's just a feeling I had. Luna is basically just the perfect pick. So, like, if that gets banned, you're like, well, what do we do? At least they have 80 seconds to decide
Reserve time.
What they would like to do. They could pick up something like a... I know we don't see it too often, but Bristleback can actually work pretty well in the one position. Juggernaut. Of course. Yeah, Juggernaut, very good at pushing with the healing ward. Very good in aggressive circumstances. Can avoid a lot of damage as well of the burst from the Shadow Raises, the Death Ward, and the Starfall, just from getting his ultimate off on time. The biggest problem with Juggernaut is he just has a hard time keeping up with most heroes because his ultimate is so strong, so consequently his right click, his mobility beyond that is quite weak unless he's pretty far ahead on items. So he'll need to really rely on these early towers to help him get those items earlier then the core hero is on relax. So they're going to go with an offlane puck here. More wave spam, more control against a lot of melee cores. All three of the cores are melee. Escape most things in the lane, so we'll see. It's a solid thing. We're just waiting now on Yoki to pick up Marana, and then we can get on into the game. And it'll be Shocklow playing the puck, so it will be an off-lane puck. I hear that we're seeing more in the off-lane than in the mid-lane.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Excuse me. But I definitely like mid-puck a lot more. Mainly because I like puck, and I got to liking puck by liking Dendy and S4 a lot, and Resolution, so, which are played in the mid lane. But regardless of all that, let's go ahead and get on and introduce the players. On the side of Goomba, on the Nyx Assassin this game, on the Holy Knight this game, it is Nino on the Chen. On the carry, the Juggernaut in the safe lane, we're going to have Penguin. On the Darkseer in the off lane, once again we're going to have Chill. Playing on the Rubik once again as well. It's going to be Near, and going in the mid lane as a Dragon Knight, not as a Troll Warlord, we're going to have Exist. And as a support Wraith King, we're going to have Windex. Pairing him as well, going to be the most primary face of this team, it's going to be Dread. On the off lane puck, we're going to have Shocklow placing down a very smart ward right away. Going in the safe lane currently as the Nevermore, we're going to have Yoki, and in the mid lane as the Marana, it's going to be Tame My Wild. So running the Shadow Fiend safe lane, I think this is the best call. Just because he's so vulnerable to getting roamed on by the Rubik and Chen early on, as well as the Chen creep. I mean, really +1, because if you get a good Chen creep, such as a Centaur, not only is that attack speed or some sort of buff, it's going to be some sort of lockdown. Or the troll with the net is really annoying, so really smart to be picking him up in that safe lane, securing his farm. Also, he can farm one-on-one against the Darkseer, which allows the Wraith King and Witch Doctor themselves to roam, which is something that both teams really were lacking in the last game because of the tri-lane, and as well as going against the tri-lane. Mids were basically one-on-one, and Tame My Wild had to be thrown to the wolves. So, he won the block, so he won the game, right? But never mind Windex. He's going to come around from level 1 and was spotted by the Radiant Observer ward, though, so Exist is going to back off right away, so this ward's going to be just fine. In the top lane will be Dread and Yoki currently, but never mind the bottom lane, Shocklow. He did not get telekinesis yet. He has the orb, and he's going to have to jaunt to it, but Near. He disjoints that attack and should be okay, but burn through his consumables for sure. And the Chen, he's already picked up a Wild Wing Ripper. Let's see if he decides to go do anything with that. Nah, he was actually just stacking that camp. He actually missed it. Noob report. But also, Yoki's going to have an easier time farming against the Ion Shell, at the very least. Going to be kind of hard to deny. He's already up to 5 souls, though, so doing pretty well. And having the supports zone out. Witch Doctor actually one of the supports that hits a lot harder than a lot of people will give things credit for, or give supports credit for. He's not a Crystal Maiden that starts with 36 base damage. He starts at 57, and his int game per level, what is it, 3? Yeah, so he gets like 3 extra right click per level, so that guy hits pretty hard. Plus his animation's really good at zoning out in a lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it is going to be Tame My Wild solo against a Dragon Knight from Exist. Currently sitting at 8 for 3 against Demifrone, so she's winning this lane a little bit. Dragon Knight did get his bottle a little bit earlier, but most of those last hits are also going to be attributed to Wraith King coming in early and zoning him out of the lane for a little bit. So relatively even. It kind of should stay that way. As Tame My Wild, he's not, like, he'll be able to have range harassment, but Dragon's Blood makes it so that's not really a big deal at all. Chen, though, he has grabbed a Centaur. It's not smoked. It's not spotted by any Observer wards. He's actually taken an Invisibility rune. Gonna try to go for Tame My Wild here, but kind of tough. He does have a leap. There is only one level in Test of Faith as well, so if he rolls low on that, it's going to be hard. He throws in the Centaur right away, and forces the leap, misses the stun. Doesn't waste any time. He's actually going to be going behind the tower. He was going to get the chicken. He actually gets it. Tamawa gets his bottle, but the chicken's going to go down. Breathe Fire is going to be used. Tamawa, he doesn't have leap. Test of Faith is there. He turns and fights. He throws an arrow, and it's going to hit. He tries to bottle up, and he's going to be going after Nino. Is he going to be taking any creep damage? There's going to be a TPN coming in from Dread. Dread should be able to clean this up. Is there a cast? They're right next to each other. He gets the cast on the Nino. Oh, it actually goes all the way to exist. He's going to try to deny himself to Roshan, but Tama Wild claims the first blood with the right clicks. There's an arrow uphill. There's no way to miss it. Come on. Throw the arrow. He throws the leap as well. He sells a man for arrow. Starfall going to land. He bottles up, gets the last exist. There's going to be a bottle charge. Just shoot the arrow, man. I guess I was hoping to get the Starfall, but the last bottle are going to be able to save him. So chalk it up as a 1-0 for Relax. Getting their first kill in the series so far.
Not so fast.
Taking some tasty beverage in the top lane. Yoki sitting on some pretty good CS here. Already at 20 souls, sitting at 20 for 15. Having a much better time than he did last game. So currently hitting for 88 damage, able to last hit most of these creeps quite easily, even with Ion Shell. And it looks like he might be going in for a hand of Midas, as he's got the recipe. He was saving up a lot of gold, and this is the way we kind of see Shadow Fiend played. He already flash farms really well as it is, so if you get an item that helps you farm even faster, he just becomes such a beast later on. In the bottom lane, we see Shaco. He's being dived. He actually gets right-clicked. So there was a dive with the Chen going behind there with the health regen from the Satyr, as well as the healing ward, and they're going to be able to take this tower nice and early, which you kind of expect when there's a Chen on the team. Don't let the creep die. All right, healing ward's going to be able to keep it up. But yeah, I personally really like heroes that are players that really take advantage of. Oh my God! I looked away for a second. Why did you do this to me? You had leap and everything. I guess Dragon Tail level 1 is too strong. Probably a little bit of too much breathe fire harasses. Well, this is the problem whenever the chicken goes down. Also top lane, chill. You might be going down. Raid fire blast secures a kill, easy. And bottom lane as well, Shocklow, and just spinning to get the creeps away. Chen Illusion's going to be taking a lot of tower damage. It's going to be, It's going to be a rotation from Tama Wild right away, but he gets telekinesis. He's got an arrow. He's gonna be using a Starfall probably. There's a leap. Yep, leap, Starfall, and arrow. Gonna be dodged. Healing ward. Following Nino though. The loser orb gonna get it. Oh my gosh, he tangles through and avoids it. Tama Wild gonna be able to, no, one right click, two right clicks. Come on. Too bad you can't send yourself home. Shaco gonna go down though to the Juggernaut in the meantime. Was it worth it? No. Gonna be a 2-for-1, only for a Chen as well. Tama Wild, 2 cores going down the side of Relax, and Goomba looking ahead in this laning phase again. However, we do have the Midas up on Nevermore, so now he's a liability. By the way, mid lane, tower going to be taken down by Dragon Form coming out from Exist, but still, the deny coming out from Dread going to be looking pretty good there. Alright, not sure what that's about, but anyway, Dragon Form, doesn't really have that much time. That's about an eighth of the time left. Going to be doing some damage to that tower, getting some poison on it. What I was saying about Shadow Fiend earlier is we see a lot of players. I don't even remember what I was going to say. I was talking about he's such a good farmer. What does he do? I lost my train of thought. What do people do with Shadow Fiend that's remarkable that I was going to mention? Oh my gosh. And this, the thing is, like, I'm going to totally remember this at a time when it's not relevant at all. By the way, bottom lane, Windex, he gets a stun off. Nier takes an arrow to the face as well from Tama Wild. Shaco goes in with the Illusory Orb, but Wraith can going to be able to secure the kill. And Penguin, well, he's not going to be able to do much. There's no Dragon Form. He actually pre-fires just to get some kills there, or some CS. But Ward's going to be going down nice and early, and they're getting aggressive towards this jungle, trying to make sure that now there's room for Nevermore. He's going to be going for a Helm of the Dominator, so full-on greed mode. Not going to have a BKB for a very long time, but helps him CS, helps him farm. Also, kind of Satanic Butterfly makes for the unkillable Shadow Fiend late in the game, so setting himself up for that as well. Also, Helm of the Dominator, great if you can just stack Ancients and farm with it. Like, you pick up a DD rune, you can farm those very quickly. So, by the way, Exist, He's got Dragon Form, he's got Dragon Tail as well. He took a Wraithfire Blast, but there's not another one. He just throws a regular form Dragon Tail. And actually, wait, Chen is in the jungle. Never mind. Where's everyone's lanes? Anyway, Exist going to be coming up as well. Windex. He throws out the Kamehameha from the Satyr. Moonlight Shadow going to be popped defensively. Looks like Nino's going to be able to get away, and they're just putting wards up. But, yeah, it's alright. If we're looking at item progression, though, as far as the laning phase coming out, Darkseer Trill is nowhere close to the mech. Shocklow only has a bottle. He's going to be pretty far from that Blink Dagger. Dread, like both the supports looking quite poor as well. Chen, he's picked up a Belt of Strength. Is he going to go for just a Necker before like Mana Boots or a Mechanism? That'd be kind of strange to me. Exists. Middle lane, he pops the Dragon Form. He has used the Dragon Tail as well. He uses the Dream Coil as well as Shocklow. Going to be able to get him out of the Illusory Orb as well. And the right clicks from Windex going to be able to secure that kill. When now near, he knows that there are no stuns. Oh, but the Wraithfire Blast gets him. He tried to TP out. The right click should be able to clear him out. The Silence going to be there as well, even though he's out of mana. Shocklow, they slowly right click him down. Nino's able to get away. But right for them to be putting pressure on this top lane where we have the Helm of the Dominator, Hand of Midas, Shadow Fiend. Oh no! Oh my God! He's going Mask of Madness. All right. Well, you do a lot of damage. Oh, that's. I remembered. Okay. So when Shadow Fiend has 36 souls, he gets 72 extra damage, which is a lot at this stage in the game. Before a lot of heroes have a lot to do with it. I like when you see, even though they go for a Hand of Midas, you'll see a lot of teams get aggressive with their Shadow Fiend. When next, you might die, friend. No, he won't. But anyway, they get aggressive whenever he has that extra 72 damage. And picking up this Mask of Madness, I think this is actually just a farming Mask of Madness now that I think about it. Kind of like Mask of Madness Luna, where you're very vulnerable, but you farm really quickly. Although, I mean, the lifesteal coming out from it is actually quite significant, even though it's pretty squishy. In this case, I think it's a farming build. But I originally saw this and thought, maybe he's going to be really aggressive with it. And I'm like, wait a second, Travis, it's a Mask of Madness on a hero with 739 HP. So, we'll see him pick up Phase Boots next, the ultimate squishy build. Meanwhile, 3 have gathered top lane. He's picked up a Centaur. Looks like he picked up this Hellbear Smasher as well. So he's only level 5, so he can only get 2 creeps at once so far. Yoki, he's staying in a pretty safe position. Dread is there to help him out. Windex just TP'd back. Meanwhile, Chill is farming for Drone. He's trying to farm up that Mechanism. And Penguin, he's picked up Drums. He's trying to farm as well. Probably going to go in for something like a quick Vlad's or an Aghanim Scepter. Could be just a casual Ring of Basilius, but the aggression top lane going to be avoided for now, but I think they're just waiting for Exist to have Dragon Form up. No, he does have it, so they're just going to want to siege this tower, which is what this lineup is all about, especially if Chen Dragon Knight. Sieging tower is just one of the greatest things. Shocklow very slowly working towards that Blink Dagger unless he wants to take the scenic route and go for Treads first or Phase Boots. We'll see who decides to go for him. Yeah, Chen will be going for just a straight-up Necrobook, as the Darkseer is going to pick up the mech, and he's just going to rely on not really needing Mana Boots, I guess. So the push is real. Not to mention Mana or Necrobook incredibly good against Wraith King, a hero that relies very, very heavily on his mana usage. So pretty smart pickup coming out from the Chen, as well as keeping their survivability with the Hand of God, of course. Taman Wild top lane, he's only got a Wraith Band. It looks like he's going to be going for his own set of drums. So kind of standard Mirana build, Aquila, drums, souls. Mass 76% win. I mean, that's because he just farms like a madman with a Mask of Madness and Shadow Raises and a Midas. Like, if you leave Yoki alone, he's gonna be so freaking jacked at the 25-minute mark. It's gonna be unbelievable. But they're going to try to get these towers. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Actually, Penguin, he came in behind the tower. He does have Omni Slash. He was silenced a little bit. Oh my gosh, he gets silenced and coiled. Blown up right away before he can get an Omni Slash. Now, they should just retreat here. A little bit of poor positioning there. Using the Blade Fury, and obviously you can't Omni Slash on a Blade Fury. Good stomp on the Windex. Going to be able to stop the Wraithfire Blast coming in. But they can dive this tower now. Now, they stun the Centaur, but they're going to be going quite quickly. There's so much attack speed coming out from Yoki, and it looks like when next he comes in, but he has his ultimate. It's fine. Death Ward gonna be hitting on Nino while he's slowed. He's gonna go down. Nier's coming in. He telekinesis when next. He gets Dragon Tailed as well, and he's gonna go down. So far, a 1-for-1, but Chill comes in. He has a wall. Vacuum gets none of them in it though. Yoki, he throws out a raise, but he's getting the heals. He's totally fine. He popped the Mask of Madness already, so he's got that increased move speed. But the surge onto Dragon Knight with the Ion Shell as well. Dragon Tail's Tame My Wild. But looking apprehensive. Blade Fury to dodge the arrow from Penguin. He still has Omni Slash here. He's actually even maxing out freaking Healing Word. He really wants to push these towers. And you know, it's 5v5 top. Couple of ultimates used. Pux is almost off a cooldown, but she has a DD rune now, so this next fight could be a little bit more risque than I think Goomba wants. So they're actually just going to back off because the Dragon Form is off. Darkseer's out of mana. He's actually 50 gold away from the mech. So that's going to be a big major team fight component.
Radiant's middle tower
and he's also going to have a wall off cooldown. So going to be backing off, which I think is a smart thing. Also, Juggernaut probably going to be able to hit level 11 fairly soon to get a level 2 Omni Slash, which 50% more jumps, no joke. From level 11 to level 16, not the biggest deal because you only have a 33% increase in the jumps, but level 6 to 11 is really good for most ultimates. So going to be pushing the tower here. There is a glyph on the side of Goomba. They might just try to force it and back. Yoki holding on to the Mask of Madness. There's decent anti-push here with Fade Bolt, but Witch Doctor pretty good. I mean, I think they should just all pull back. They're all so close to good items. Shocklow's really close to the Blink Dagger. Wraith King pretty far from the Blink Dagger. I just picked up a set of wards. Tame My Wild is going to be pretty close to the drums. 875. He actually needs 1250. There's an Omni Slash here, man. You could pop it. I guess there is Moonlight Shadow as well. He's actually going to pop the Omni Slash into the Moonlight Shadow. Tries to get him with the Blade Fury, but Tame My Wild, the jukes is too strong. Actually, it's going to be support coming in here from the Chen. Tame My Wild shows where he is. One Test of Faith would be able to kill him. He has wand charges and some bottle charges as well. Top lane, though, exists. Yeah, they'll be able to take this tower. Glyph not going to be used. They're all going to be going to mid lane. Going to be trying to get a wraparound here on Nino and Penguin. They know there's an ultimate dread. He throws out the cask. He's got the Death Ward as well. Mask of Madness popped from Yoki. 3 hits and he's dead. And this is, I mean, yes, Shadow Fiend is good late, but oh my god, having a free couple of demon edges at 14 minutes is way more than so many heroes can deal with.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Ping's coming out to Roche. Dread. Oh no, he was just going to put down a ward. So, Chill did finish up the mechanism. If we're looking at other item progressions, Drums now picked up on the Mirana. Yoki, he can go for something like a Blink Dagger. I don't really think you need that in conjunction with the Mask of Madness, as well as the mobility coming out from the Puck, as well as the mobility granted to you by Moonlight Shadow. Probably just going to go straight for a BKB. If he wants to get really greedy, he can pick up a Chrysalis. I know that Koikfo really likes doing that right away. But we'll see. It all depends on how greedy he feels like, which, I mean, going Midas Mask of Madness is pretty greedy, so go big or go home, right? Warding situation looking pretty defensive as well. Only one ward here from Goomba and the... I mean, both heroes have their jungle. Just the 2 safe wards coming out here from Relax, which makes sense given their lineup. I don't think they really want to be too aggressive at the moment.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They do need to get a couple towers, though. I mean, currently all 3 Tier 1 towers are down, which is expected when there's a Chen, Dragon Knight, Juggernaut on the team. So, but still, need to get a couple of towers here. There's still a glyph. Actually, Goomba has been pretty good about holding on to their glyph. They have really good counter strength as well as Shocklow. And he blinks to the low ground. He's actually pinged out as well, saying, hey, he went down here. Juggernaut, what has he picked up? He's going to the Courier. Looks like he's going to go for an Aghanims. Is that a point boost? Yeah, he's going to go straight for Aghanim Scepter. Not going to be taking the detour to go for the Vladimir's offering, just a casual Ring of Basilius. And this is just kind of what you do with Juggernaut. You come in, you Omni Slash as many people as you can, you Blade Fury out of it, and try to click on people, and then you throw out the Healing Ward to heal your team, and then you just right-click people and hope you get crits. And that's just the majority of a Juggernaut's team fight potential. Kind of similar to a Gyrocopter who gets like called down with Flat Cannon Rocket Barrage, and then he kind of right clicks and needs a lot of items before that after part of that really becomes significant. So the siege is going to be real bottom lane. Dragon Knight pretty close to a BKB. There was an arrow that was flying out. Actually just spots a Satyr. Looks like the tornado could be cancelled. 121 health on this Wild Wing Ripper. The Satyr did go down, threw out the Kamehameha before he got it off though, so gonna be totally fine. Actually, there are 2 Wildkins here. But Dragon Form gonna be popped, no glyph. Gonna be able to take out the tower. Oh, actually, well, there's the glyph. Gonna be used. There's actually Shaco, he's in the back here. Omnislash is going to be there. Hand of God is coming in as well. They do get the tower in the meantime. We'll see if Shaco wants to initiate. His Blink Dagger was canceled by the Tornado, though. Shaco, he might be in a bit of trouble. There is no long-range Dragon Trail. The arrow could fly here. Juggernaut doesn't really have much. He does have Drum Charges and Phase Boots. He's quite fast, but Shaco going to be able to get out of dodge. Let's see if he's actually going to reinitiate. This is a pretty good spot for a Dream Coil. He's hidden in the trees as well. Oh my god, Shadow Fiend does damage. But anyway, Shaco coming in, about half time left, or a quarter time left on the Dragon Form. Exist going to be trying to focus on these towers. In the meantime, Chen trying to form the Chen army in the Creep army in his jungle. Now let's see if they go for this. Windex doesn't have a Blink Dagger as well. Shaco playing quite passively, as I would expect. Most pucks you see actually really know that your hero is really hard to kill, and they get quite aggressive. He uses a Dream Coil on 1. I'm not really sure if that's worth it. They even throw out the arrow. I don't really know about that, because now it's a major teamfight component that's gone, and it's just a Rubik. I mean, yeah, Rubik is good, but they still have Darkseer, they still have Juggernaut, who's going to have Omnislash in a little bit. At least Dragon Form is down, so this lineup kind of does rely on their cooldowns a bit with Omnislash and Elder Dragon Form. And we're kind of seeing that they still might be able to get this tier 1 tower. They should. Okay. They have the Witch Doctor heal. They have Shadow Fiend with a lot of damage. And he didn't go greedy. He went ahead and straight up bought the BKB. So he's ready to fight. Courier heading to the Secret Shop. Actually, no, that's going to be finishing Exist's BKB. He's got a TP scroll for whenever the fight comes. Just split pushing and farming in the meantime, which is a smart thing to be doing, of course.
Bottom tower is under attack.
In the meantime, looking for major items. Juggernaut, 1200 from the Aghanim Scepter. Darkseer, probably going to be going into something like a Shiva's Guard or a Blink Dagger next. He goes ahead and gets some Mana Boots, have that nice mana pool. But when next, using the Vampiric Aura level 1, they're going to be able to take the Roche as well as getting 1 level of presence from the Dark Lord. And Yoki going to be able to get an Aegis here. Dire Side advantage, lots of damage coming out as well. Yoki picks up the Aegis of the Immortal and can start working towards some damage. Exists, so he's going to start trying to push this top tower. He knows that there's no glyph for another 2.5 minutes. So, yeah, Ion Shell going to be able to surge him as well in 5 seconds. They can't catch him, but trading that for an Aegis is just fine. And the thing about these early tower pushing lineups is you really need to make use of that money. Like, if you get the early tower money and all you do with it is just kind of farm and then equalize items 20 minutes later, like, all of a sudden they have towers that they're going to take because they're going to win the fights anyway, and that's just money in the bank for them, really. So basically you win a team fight when you're quote-unquote behind on gold because you have tower gold, but Relax is going to have tower gold in the bank. And Chen, very slowly farming, does pick up a Necro 1. So now he's level 8, going to be able to get 3 creeps and have the Necro minions, which is pretty good. I mean, he's had 3 creeps for a while, but going to be a bit scarier with the sieges. He didn't go for any mobility like a Force Staff or anything. Going to be looking to really stay back in these fights and just let the creeps do the work. And the Ion Shell and the Dragon Form. Let the tanky heroes put themselves in harm's way, or the free units, if you will. Tame My Wild, he's kind of sitting on a lot of gold. Might be going for, like, most of the time if you go phase drums, we see Manta Style a lot, just because the Yasha really helps with the synergy of the move speed. Being able to Manta out of certain debuffs really solves the fact that you don't really want to go BKB on that hero. Lincoln's is pretty common, but if you don't go for either, Manta is a pretty good all-around aggressive and defensive item. Or you can go for something straight up like an MKB. We've seen that as well. Desolator is also quite good, especially with the minus armor coming out from Shadow Fiend already from Presence of the Dark Lord. The Desolator could work pretty well. So the world is kind of her oyster. Let's see what she decides to go for. Probably a pseudo damage item at the very least. But Aghanim Scepter will be done on Juggernaut very soon. Rubik, not really too much. He'll probably be going for probably a Blink Dagger or something like that. And I expect Chill to be doing the same thing. So right now, Dire, Relax. They're just going to be looking to try to take some map control because they need to get some ganks off. They're going to want to be getting some ganks and trying to get some towers off those. There was already the smoke and the ping towards the woods. Tame My Wild, he goes up there, uses the Moonlight Shadow as well, but he was spotted by this Radiant Observer ward. So they should back off here. It is just Jug and Chen. But if there are no creeps around, Omnislash is going to do a lot of damage, and there's going to be a stun on Nino. He's going to burst down immediately. Death Ward committed as well. And, well,
Dire's top tower
now they get the ward in the jungle. Now they get the map control. Now they get the tower. Meantime, Chill is split pushing top, but he pushes through creep woods pretty well, not so much towers. And looks like they just want to... I mean, they're still grouping up and going mid, so... Interestingly enough, we did see Puck go for a Dagon, or a Dagon, as some people like to say, instead of trying to go straight for a control item like a Scythe of Ice. Having the farm priority as an offlaner makes it kind of tough to really get a Scythe of Ice or something like that nice and early. I think Yule's Scepter is really good on Puck, synergizes with the move speed, gives you a really good mana regen, as well as another escape. Basically, if you have Yules and Blink, you can't really kill a Puck. It's really hard. Speaking of killing someone, Chill, he gets Rune Pull, tries to TP out, but gets bursted down by the Dagon again. Perfect for sealing kills. Wraithfire Blast is able to cancel the TP there, but Nier, I don't know. Goomba has a bit of a clock on their lineup. They're really good at sieging towers and having bursts in team fights, but you have a Midas Mask of Madness Shadow Fiend that's going to farm incredibly quickly and be really powerful late game. Like, you got to be really concerned. And they have Moonlight Shadow all game. Very powerful tool for taking team fights. Mirana also not a shabby DPSer on her own, as well as the team fight control coming out from Shocklow. Goomba, really the only team fight they have is Omnislash and Darkseer, as well as whatever Rubik is able to get his hands on, which looks like he'll be going for the Blink Daggers. He saved up 1,400 gold. I kind of feel for Goomba here. The agenda is really on them, and especially just as I mentioned earlier about the tower gold. Relax just has money in the bank, so since if they're quote like even now, I mean they're ahead now, but they're just going to be even more ahead when they get these towers. So going to be making another move. It's a 4-man smoke with Yoki farming. He's going to be going straight Daedalus as the first damage item. Very good, especially if there's no evasion heroes are going to be coming out very soon. It's very, very high damage, especially when you have a lot of attack speed. So probably then going to be moving in towards a butterfly or something like that. But the 4-man smoke doesn't really find anyone. It looks like there's a ping moving out towards the mid lane. It looks like they're spotted by this Dire Observer ward. There's a sentry there to deward immediately. And they actually just they position themselves towards Roche. It's not up yet, and they should know that. But Puck going to be able to get the bottom tower on his own. Shocklow going to be able to get that. So at the very least, even though they don't find anyone, they get a tower. Wasted smoke, a little bit of wasted time, but Yoki was farming the whole time. Aegis going to be reclaimed very soon, and full Daedalus done now on the Nevermore. So he's going to like two-shot Chen. I mean, Darkseer is not really particularly tanky either. I mean, yeah, he has 7 armor, or 14 armor, but gonna be pretty hard to survive. Exist is coming in. He does have Dragon Form. He goes ahead and he spends the Dragon Tail on Dread. Blade Fury coming in as well. Moonlight Shadow is popped defensively, but he's still gonna go down to it. There's actually, was there a Mjolnir proc? Blade Mail is done on Windex. I don't know where I saw that Mjolnir proc from, but at the same time, Omnislash gonna be going on to Tame My Wild. Yoki's gonna be coming in. He has Moonlight Shadow. He's just gonna right click people, pops a BKB right away. Recommend Soul's gonna be coming up, but he's fighting a 5v3 right now, and he's almost dead. He had the Mask of Madness. He took so much damage, but Penguin, he eats an arrow. Starfall, he's gonna be able to actually dodge that damage with the Blade Fury. Shaco, he's going to be Dragon Tail as well. He doesn't have an orb or anything. He's going to go down. This is a 3-0 currently, and Goomba taking the best fight they could have, and Nino is just pushing the mid tower in the meantime. Oh my gosh, we're looking at the buyback status. Everyone does have buyback if they really want to protect this Rax, but it shouldn't go down. Respawn timers are quite short right now. And with that fight, Rubik does pick up the Blink Dagger. You're going to be, well, he picks up 2 Blink Daggers now. He sold it and bought it again. But still, and this is also a Blink Dagger up for our Darkseer as well, so Chill going to be getting that if he decides to go for it. And Tame My Wild, he is going to be going in for that Mantis style, as we see he has picked up that Yasha. So picking pretty fast, 458 move speed when he's phased. Pretty important for Mirana. A lot of good DPS as well. Yasha just an incredible item on that hero. But still, only getting a tier 2 tower, that is not really the biggest deal. Let's see what Darkseer decides to go for. I think this is probably an Aghanims game for him. If you get a copy of the Shadow Fiend, all of a sudden you have presence of the Dark Lord on your team. You also have a lot of right click. Sometimes we see just the illusions of certain heroes doing a lot of work with the bonus damage coming out from the Aghanim Scepter. Or if you get, I mean, basically you want to get a replicate of the Shadow Fiend and see what damage you can do with that to the supports such as the Witch Doctor or even the Puck. Wraith King not so much, but he did finish the Blade Mode, probably going to be going in for that Mjolnir, the classic hit me build. He did forego the Blink Dagger as well, as I had mentioned earlier that he might do. So, movement towards the top tower. Glyph is available. Windex. Oh my god, that does damage. Telekinesis and the Troll Knight going to be used. Wraithfire Blast coming in. Dragon Tail Yoki, you're dead, son. Goodbye, friend. Tower's going to get denied as well. Really good usage of that wraparound here coming in from... God, I keep wanting to say silent, but it's exist. I don't know why I want to say silent. Maybe because I was watching that Empire game earlier. But Tame Law just bottom farming. He does have the gold for the Mantis style ready if he wants it. Dread, he did pick up the medallion, which did help him that early Roche. I didn't make too big of a deal about that. So, looks like Puck just going to be upgrading that Dagon. Getting the burst damage, trying to burst down Chen before he gets his spells off. Maybe bursting down Rubik before he gets too many good spells off as well. And Darkseer not the best as far as magic resistance goes at these early levels before he gets something like a Pipe of Insight. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, Tame Law did finish up his Mantis style. So, seeing if they look for an MKB here, but this Tower Siege is really hard to deal with, even later in the game. Dragon Knight with the double Centaur as well as the Healing Word. He stuns Exist, Shackles comes in, he gets a Silence up, he doesn't even get a Dream Coil, he dies before he can even face this. Big lockdowns there. Actually, the arrow hits a Necro Creep. They're just objective gaming here, going for the racks. This is the power of this lineup, being able to siege towers, especially if they want to fight. The Mjolnir charge is going to be used on the... There was a buyback coming out from the Puck, but there's a vacuum wall. Yoki pops his BKB, his Mathematics. He's just right-clicking. He gets a double kill right away. He's clicking on his Centaur before he realizes better of himself. He cleans up another Chen creep. Got a farm. Looks like someone was sent home. It was chill on the Darkseer, but Chen is able to TP out as well. And Rubik gets out with the Blink Dagger. It's a big counter initiation there. And they did lose the melee racks though. So losing the melee racks kind of a big deal, but still, with the buyback from the Puck, they're able to keep that up. So they'll try to up 14-10. Not a whole lot of kills, but just a lot of careful maneuverability. And Necro 3 on the Chen is pretty big here. Probably goes for something like a Vladimir's Offering. Gives everyone a lot of good bonus damage and armor. Plus you have 3 melee cores, which is going to be pretty good. Darkseer did go for the Blink Dagger, so whether he goes for like an Aghanims or a Pipe of Insight, it's going to be good. I personally think the Aghanim Scepter is just so good. Getting a copy of that Shadow Fiend is going to do us so much. So in the meantime, the aggression coming back. Relax, they're going to start prioritizing this top lane so that they don't have to fight melee megas all game. At least for as little time as possible. Yoki doing so much damage. Fade Bolt going to be reducing that a bit. Exists coming in. He doesn't have a wall though. Dragon Form is going to be popped. Oh my gosh. He actually just goes down to the Death Ward, but relax. They're going to be able to lose. They're going to lose the Shadow Fiend as well after the Omni Slash, but still a 2-for-1 buyback coming out from Juggernaut right away. He doesn't have a TP though. He's going to have to walk. And relax. They're going to back off after losing Mirana and Nier. He comes in. He body blocks Dread. Wraithfire Blast is going to be able to stall him as well. He steals Cask. Chill, he blinks in as well. He's going to be body blocking Dread again. There's going to be a TP out from Wraith King, so he's going to be able to get out. But Dread, you have the Voodoo Restoration, but it's not going to be enough to Cask. Though, with the Urn Charge, actually, he gets a lot, and the Puck comes in. He's going to be getting a kill, I think. Wait, what actually happened? Yeah, he got a kill. He killed Rubik. So Dread, he manages to escape. So pretty good cast there, right there on the stairs, able to get to where they were clumped up. And well, double detection now as Chen picks up a gem. Probably going to put it on a tanky hero, and we didn't mention this, but Exist did finish up the Mjolnir, so popping on himself, good attack speed. Probably going to go for something like an Assault Cuirass, which I kind of expected first. Really good on the hero, gives you a lot of good armor, helps you push towers. You really need the attack speed because your agility gain is just absolute garbage. So we'll see. Juggernaut showing no signs, just sitting on 24. 33 gold. Probably could go for something like a butterfly or an MKB. I mean, Desolator's okay, not really that great at this stage of the game, sitting at 32 minutes. Dread going to be going straight for the Aghanim Scepter. We've seen him doing work with that Death Ward. Interestingly enough, actually, Dread has leveled stats over Maledit. So, I guess doing more damage, keeping him alive in these fights. I haven't really seen that really... I mean, Maledit does a lot of damage. I haven't really seen that neglected too often, but Dread, he invents the metagame after, after Bulba gives him the ideas, of course. And Wraith King will be going in for either a BKB or a Halberd. Probably a BKB. See, Juggernaut, what did you have delivered to him? Oh, just a TP scroll. That's not exciting. But Roche is up, so this will be contested. I think that Yoki can actually just solo this. Oh, well, I was going to say that there's a really good team fight coming out in the Roche from Goomba, but they don't even have the time. Roche, minus a lot of armor with the medallion and the presence of the Dark Lord, so they're going to be able to get this right away. He sells his TP scroll. Oh my gosh, he has a DB rune as well after this fight. Necro 3 minions as well as the chain creeps going, but they're just going to get fed. They're just going to get fed right away. Shaco actually manages to be the one to take care of that creep, takes out a lot of his health. And well, Relax is in a very, very good position right now, seeing a 10k gold lead, experience lead. Only 25k gold lead, but it's almost like pure efficiency, just the farming efficiency of a Shadow Fiend. He can almost buy a straight butterfly after he uses his DD rune and sells his bottle. I mean, Juggernaut and DK, they're good, but they're not as good, and it looks like it will be a pipe coming out from Darkseer, which I think is probably the best choice. That in combination with Nullfield, going to be doing really well against the Puck's damage as well as the Mirana's Starstorm. So, pretty good stuff. Anyway, looking at item progressions as well, I guess I really talked about that. I guess the game now for Goomba becomes, we need to take Rex now. Like, we just have to take Rex. We have to take advantage of a good team fight. We need to get a copy of the Shadow Fiend. We need to take a good fight. We need to use our BKBs. And it looks like Dragonite will be going for a Heaven's Halberd to try to disarm Yoki. Plus adding that evasion in forces one of them to get an MKB. Near, he comes in, he telekinesis Shaco, steals Illusory Orb as well. The Necro creeps going to pound on him. And the Massive Madness and DD Rune pop from Yoki. He's going to be right-clicking away, but he's just going to go down. He has the Aegis as well, but that's 2 gone immediately. Wraith King coming back as well. So, in a sense, 2 Aegis is down. And Juggernaut coming with the Blade Fury. He has used Omni Slash as well. The Shadow Fiend goes down in exchange for the Chen. Already looking very good for Goomba. Near, he comes in as well. The gem, they were able to see them as well. And he stole Wraith Fire Blast and additional stun. So this top Rax is definitely going down. Buyback coming out instantly. He's actually been going for his own Assault Cuirass. Very good for Shadow Fiend, but what is Mirana building? She'll probably go MKB after she spots the Talisman of Evasion on the DK. But this Rax is down. You do have a Glyph. You don't want to use it, though. Creeps are now in the base. They can go mid if they like. They don't really have their big teamfight ultimates as well. Dragon Form's going to wear down pretty soon, but should be objective gaming here coming in from Goomba. And even though they're pretty behind in net worth, you win one fight, it's a lot easier to take down these towers. And Shaco going for the Athblade Dagon build, I mean, I guess that's okay. He's been kind of bursted down to physical damage. The picking up the Ghost Scepter is nice. Could be a casual Ghost Scepter, but the Athblade is kind of its own halberd in a way, as you do damage and also prevent someone such as Dragonite from being able to attack for a duration. And they're still going to take the magic damage from the Rays of Starstorm and all of your damage as well as the Dagon. So that's just a style that Puck wants to go for. Shaco, normally we see something like Scythe of Ice prioritized, but to each their own. That's the beauty of the game. Multiple ways to play heroes, so good stuff, good stuff. In the meantime, what do we have here? Courier's at the secret shop. Juggernaut, he's going for Oak. Okay. Oh, okay. I saw this Ring of Health and saw the Juggernaut. I was like, is he really going for a refresher? Do you really think that a double Omni Slash is going to win you the game? But no, he goes for a Demon Edge, probably an MKB, as obviously the crits from a Daedalus do not stack from Blade Dance. So, we're looking for that MKB, maybe anticipating evasion coming out from either of these agility carries. Plus good damage as well. The mini bash is also proc during Omni Slash, so that's nice. So he might be going for a butterfly of his own after that. We'll see. But the pipe is almost finished on Darkseid. I guess he's got like, what, 300 gold or something? Or he has it, actually. I don't know why he doesn't buy it. But with the AC done as well on Yoki, if they get a copy of him from Darkseer, they don't need an AC of their own in the fights. So anyone standing next to him, though, is minus 12 armor. So, going back to farming. Mjolnir going to be coming out on Mirana. And she's already got the Hyperstone and the Maelstrom. Looks like she has the recipe as well. Mjolnir pretty good as well. I mean, I was expecting an MKB, but she could still go for that. Probably sell that Ring of Aquila. Or Ring of Aquila, as some people like to put it. Item progression pretty much stunted for the Chen, as would be expected at this later stage of the game. Chen kind of has a hard time as the game goes past 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And the Halberd done for exists, so they see Yoki, they can disarm him, burst him down, and we've shown how vulnerable he is just when he has that Mask of Madness. Even when he has a BKB, the physical damage is pretty significant. Especially when they get the Vlads and everyone gets the bonus damage as well. It's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. And like I was mentioning before, some copies coming out from the Darkseer. Lots of physical damage coming out from those. We'll see what he decides to go for. But I am feeling the Aghanims is probably the best choice. Oh, Dread finishes Zags. Pretty nice. So Death Ward, what does it do for Zags? It increases... Yeah, Death Ward bounce attacks 4 times, and it just does a shit ton of damage, basically. And MKB now done on Juggernaut. They should be looking to contest this next Roche, which is going to be Aegis and Cheese. So Aegis and Cheese is going to be pretty heavily contested. Whoever gets the next Roche is really going to have an easier time in this game. Nier throws out a Fade Bolt. There's no glyph. With the Mask of Madness from Yoki, he should be able to take this tower, I think. But they don't want to risk it. They do not have buyback, so not really wanting to play it too risky. Dragon Form's actually popping the top, and I missed they actually got a kill on Mirana. So poor of me there. Go ahead and fire me. Ray's stolen by Rubik in the bottom lane. They actually get a kill. Oh my god! Travis Duncan. Oh, I just said my full name on stream. Anyway, Shockley, he's going to be the one to get pursued as well. He throws out an Illusory Orb, going to jaunt to it for sure. He actually blinks, or jaunts then blinks. That was a weird jaunt. Vacuum may be trying to find him, but he's going to be able to TP out in the mid lane. We're going to see Windex. He cleans up a Necro Creep and takes some pure damage. Dread farms up the top lane. Now it's a 5-man bot here from Goomba. They know there's no buyback on Shadow Fiend, but he's going to be back in time to defend Drax. He's lacking a few souls, though. So. Oh. Net worth looking pretty good, as we see. That is going to be a 5-man here. Arrow going to be dodged by Blade Fury. And Shadow Fiend not up for 40 seconds. He still does not have buyback, so it could get a tier 3 here. There's going to be, oh my gosh, Tamar Lao gets bursted down instantly as well from the Omni / Wraithfire Blast. Going to be throwing it on to Exist. Dread, he's using the Voodoo Restoration, but the pipe is there. Objective gaming, take the tower. You know that Shadow Fiend doesn't have buyback, or he would have used it already. Looks like Wraith Fiend will be going for a Halberd as well. He uses another Wraithfire Blast. It's going to be instantly stolen by Nier. And this tower, this Rax is probably going to be gone. There's a Wildwing Ripper with a Tornado coming in. Mirana is down as well. She does not have buyback. Those 2 pickoffs that I missed were huge. And it's going to be 2 racks down. There was so little room for error for Relax, and they actually managed to get it. And Goomba, they were getting a lot of things done. They're just taking towers. They're objective gaming. Go take the Megas right now. It's so hard to fight against Mega Creeps when there are no tier 2s down. Shocklow, he comes in, he gets the Silent Titsu Orb off, but he doesn't get the Dream Coil. There's going to be a BKB popped exists. Yoki, he goes down immediately. Does he have buyback? No, he does not. Oh my gosh, the Dream Coil is going to be used, but exists. He just stands and right clicks. There's so much physical damage coming out. They didn't get any control. What was that coordination? I mean, there was no Dream Coil. There was no nothing. The gem was lost. Cause, I mean, whose gem is that even? But that's just going to be Mega Creeps. And Goomba, they're going to take the victory here. Oh, those 2 pickoffs were really what did it, though, on Mirana and Shadow Fiend when they did not have buyback. And Goomba able to take that 2-0 victory. Very good game. Took him 40 minutes this time instead of 15 minutes in the last game, but very good patient play. Good team fights as well. Target focus, and well, hey, I don't know what to say, man. Goomba taking out the top It's currently the top of the standings in Relax, and certainly the crowd favorites in Relax. So, good plays from Goomba. That's going to be it for us. If you liked the tournament or you liked this game, please support the tournament. You can find more information at joinDOTA.com. You can check the information at joinDOTA.com. And if you like both teams, make sure to check them out, both Goomba and Relax. And if you liked my casting or hated it and wanted to let me know, make sure you follow me on Twitter at CallMeRoxas. And if you like any of the stuff brought to you from Heflatv, be sure to follow the social media, which is Heflatv on Facebook and Twitter, and Heflamoke on YouTube. So that's going to be it for us. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and until next time, have a good one.